Yeah, it made me feel kind of bad when I deleted my Twitter because I had Wayne Cohen from the Flaming Lips followed me, and I was so proud. That was it. That was the only.
You just never know too, like when. I mean, you're less precious about it, but like, for example, I had a Gmail invite where I could have gotten Wade at Gmail, and I still, like, I checked and everything, and I didn't do it because I thought, like, what's Gmail? Like, I'm over here on Yahoo, or no, yeah, Yahoo.com, like a professional, you know.
Yeah, I got the Gmail beta in like 2000 or something. So I got my name, my first and last name. But I don't think it's that right.
No.
Oh fuck! How do I change my name?
I'm
You can just
I've been seeing like a bunch of people like joining like Blue Sky. I tried like Hive, but like nobody ever posts there. Same with like I had a Mastodon account very briefly, but like nobody posts there. I'm like waiting to see maybe if I can get into Blue Sky if that's different. Like I'm surprised that it's survived as long as like Twitter is still like it hasn't like there hasn't been the Tumblr moment of like sure Tumblr still exists but it collapsed, you know?
well, you know why?
Because they got rid of the porn.
They got rid of the porn.
Clearly, that's the more integral part of the website. That like
It seems
more
strange
important
to
than
me,
all the
like,
branding and everything is porn on the website. Yes, no.
is porn that hard to find that people are like, I can't get rid of X? Where will I get porn? It's nowhere. They have it nowhere. There's no porn on the internet.
Well, but the internet is for porn.
It is.
Yeah, that's fine.
As was sung by puppets.
Yeah, I don't think it wasn't Avenue Q, but
Yeah,
it was. Was it Avenue Q?
I think so. If
I thought it was
isn't,
like a
then
YouTube thing, but I guess it would have made sense that it actually is Avenue Q.
I remember going to see that at the Orpheum.
Okay, I'm.
The illustrious. I mean, it's Tony Award winning.
Tony gave it the thumbs up.
Nah, 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 nah. Put on thunderstorm sounds. That's what I go to sleep to.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, wait, I just finished up, I think, most of the circus. Oh my god, that was so great.
I haven't solved the mystery. Oh, but you went through it, you mean?
Yeah, I guess we won't spoil anything.
Yeah. No, that was super fun. Like, my favorite things so far have been, like, I thought the whole hag stuff was really fun in Act
Hag
1.
stuff, yeah.
The vampire stuff is pretty cool.
Is that in Baldur's Gate?
Yeah,
Okay, I haven't done that
get
yet.
to it before long.
Even if I'm not friends with the vampire guy that much?
I'm sure it'll prompt you to... You may not be able to resolve it the way that I did, but...
Maybe I'll skip it, because I'm gonna not play a rogue next time and bring him.
Yeah.
Even though it is so great to just be able to... Oh my god, all the traps and all that crap, like, they need to tone that shit down. There's too many.
It's just like, okay, I'm gonna roll 10 times in a row. Okay, fine.
It's really strange.
By the way, don't forget about Uncanny Dodge, because I don't think you've done that.
Does he have it at this point?
What level? We're level 6, so I think so. I think you get it 5. So
Where would I see it?
You have 1 reaction per round. It should be in under actions. If you scroll down to reactions.
To be fair, you guys have done a good job of not being directly in harm's way so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got Uncanny
Give me
Dodge.
1 second, and I'm gonna grab myself a soda, and then we can get started.
Yeah, I'm gonna get another drink. I'll be right back.
I'll top mine off, even though I don't need to. But why not?
Like, Drew, you've got children, right?
I do.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have any free time.
But they don't take, maybe they do kind of take up a lot of my time. They have like soccer practice, my two littles. It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. My wife or I take them to the respective practices. Got games on the weekend. Maybe I don't have as much time as I thought.
Well, like with me, my typical day is I wake up around 6:30 or 7. If I'm good, I work out, take a shower, work from 8 to 11 or 12, and then it's read for an hour or two, play video games for an hour or two, go back to reading, continue to play video games. Around 5, I gotta wrap it up because I cook dinner. And then me and my wife watch movies and stuff from like 6 till 11. Is that music really loud for everybody?
Yeah.
I'll turn it down a little bit.
Also, by the way, I watched the video from last time, Marcos, and you were much louder than we were.
Okay.
Just so you are aware.
I will turn up your volume.
I need to be heard!
But I realized, Jesse, that I waste a lot of time on my phone, like fucking around on.
Well, that's what I was gonna say too. You've got a family and you're building relationships and stuff. I'm reading books and playing video games, so your time being spent is quite worthwhile. You're making a difference.
Some of it. I had come to the conclusion last week that I'm on YouTube watching dumb videos too much. So I decided to put it down and read. And I read an entire book in like 6 days. And I'm like, holy crap, clearly I'm on my phone too much. If I could read a whole book in a week.
My wife doesn't read books, and I don't know how anybody does it. Like
Audiobooks.
It's such an escape for me.
I love.
I don't know.
Three phases.
I love the Dresden Files. It is read by James Marsters, the guy who played Spike on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He kills it. It's great.
I listen to
it's
so much,
not up here.
so many fiction podcasts too. But I need to read more again. I'm jonesing to sit down with the book a little bit more.
Well, I'll be happy to give you some horror recommendations if you want some. I've been reading a shit ton lately.
Okay.
I've never actually read a horror novel before. What is, if you had to recommend one?
The Shining.
Yeah, I hate to be that guy, but I would definitely recommend a Stephen King one because they're just that good.
I think The Shining is his most like classic,
Yeah.
or not his most classic work, although maybe, but like it has all the like ghosts and haunted, creepy play. Like
Yeah,
it's
I'd
just
say-
the well-rounded. Sorry, go
The
ahead.
Shining or It, but It is really long. And It's got an audiobook read by Steven Weber that we listened to going to Atlanta one time, and it is
From Wings.
fucking, yeah, it's fucking amazing. He does voices. It's so good. I was so impressed. Yeah. Pet Cemetery is a really good one that a lot of people sleep on. It's genuinely kind of terrifying, and not many books are really that scary. The Shining's pretty scary too.
Yeah. I'd also say like Elementals by Michael McDowell.
Yeah, that's a top 5 for sure. It's so good.
Like an artistic triumph. He wrote Jesse introduced me to him, and he knew him from Stephen King, right? Because
Stephen King
Jesse
said he was the
Stephen
best
King.
paperback horror writer that ever existed.
And the
he's also
Elementals is like a Southern Gothic, like perfect kind
He
of.
also wrote the screenplay for Beetlejuice. He's a really cool guy. A lot of his book, Cold Water. Did you read that one, Wade?
Yeah, with
That
the
one was
blueberry
really good.
farm, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I'm
made
good
that
to go.
sound excited with the blueberry farm. Aren't you interested
Blueberries.
now?
The snothberries taste like snothberries.
So, who would like to do a last time, a recap of the last session?
I think Wade really did a good job last time.
Andrew usually does them. I think only
Okay.
he didn't take notes that last time.
I try to take copious notes.
You didn't get the experience, and I talk enough anyway. But thank
So-
you, I appreciate you.
And my notes look terrible.
You guys all take notes at least. I don't take notes. Usually I remember everything. And then our last D&D session we had been like 3 months. And the gang's explaining what we did last time. And I'm like, none of this I feel like there was like a fever dream situation that happened because you're telling me we did, like, all of us collectively, like, there were notes about what we did and none of us remember doing any of it. We're like, we're going here to talk to this person. We're like, what were we gonna talk to them about? And we're like,
That guy.
I don't know.
I'm really gonna try to use my dice this time, so you guys are gonna have to exercise a little patience.
And trust as well. It's important that we trust your rolls, you see.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind rolling them on this.
I think it's a worthwhile pursuit.
To actually roll dice.
Yeah.
It's mostly when it comes down to like attacks with all the different die you have to roll for those, plus your bonuses. I get confused. But we'll figure it out.
All right, recap time.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we make our way to Waterdeep, which is the city, I believe,
Yeah.
that we're in currently. It's coastal merchant city. On our way in, we notice that there's a tower in the clouds, big castle up there. So anyway, the first order of business was to see a guy named Chaslith. I forget which person had told us to go see this Chaslith, but to bring the locket. Which one was
Z.
Z was for the locket. Chaslith was Lady Maxine.
Got it. Okay, so we go see the first person, the mage. There's a little silver dragon running around. Apparently, metallic dragons are hard to find. The Alliance doesn't seem to like to work with the dragons. But anyway, giants and dragons, we learn, are natural enemies. And we learn that there is a chromatic dragon named Old Gnawbone in the Crypt Garden Forest, I believe. And that dragon, of course, has a collection of orbs to spy on folks.
Yeah. Like crystal balls. You can look through them and scry on different people and things.
Got it.
Like
So
Lord
this
of the Rings.
like the Palantir.
Yeah.
So the dragon, of course, might be willing to help with us, assuming we don't we come with no intentions of harm, and perhaps also under the notion that we, of course, want to rid the world of giants, whom she hates. She's also very cunning, so we want to make sure we're mindful of that once we interact with her, because I believe that's one of our next steps. Let me see here. He gives us three. The mage we visit gives us 3 potions of resistance, and then we're on our way. We go to the Yawning Portal. On the way there, of course, we hear about it. We hear from a town crier about the floating castle, and we're concerned about its offensive capabilities. At the Yawning Portal, we learn about glory holes.
Forgot about that part.
There's a portal. There's a hole in the middle of the bar that, of course, is a big ass dungeon that I'm very intrigued by, but we'll worry about that later.
Maybe next campaign I'll take you through it.
Maybe we'll hop in there and just see how it goes. But for right now, we have our own personal mission. So we also go to visit Kaldar, and we give him the pendant, and he gives us a jewelry box, which is supposed to be Lady Z's inheritance. Inside is a diamond ring, some ruby earrings, and our own personal glory hole. Let me see here. So with that, we decide we want to go see what's up with this floating castle. So I put y'all in my pocket via the glory hole and fly up there. And I'm not stealthy enough to get into the castle without rousing suspicion. So of course we get caught. But they're very nice people, these giants. Thankfully, of course, Baudelaire speaks giant, and so they're very nice to us. They let us know that there's a hierarchy. There was the ordning.
Mm-hmm.
The ordning had shattered. The ordning, of course, is kind of the hierarchy of giant society, and with chaos that has ensued, giants are running amok to some degree.
Amok.
So, let me see here. Humans killed Queen Neri of the Storm Giants, I believe is a fact we learned.
Mm-hmm.
And we also learned about a Countess Sansuri who's looking for the lost trove of dragon magic. So those are my notes from that conversation. And
Yes.
so I think we have since left the castle on good terms with those giants, with the promise that we would talk to Lady Silverhand about giants not being threats.
Mhm.
Of course, we'd also want to go meet up with the dragon Old Nabo.
Yes.
Sora.
Those are our objectives, I think.
Yeah. The thing with Countess and Suri, because they were talking, because I think you were specifically talking about like possible threats, and they were like, "Oh, we're not interested in harming the small folk," but Countess and Suri doesn't care about the small folk, and she wants to basically bring back like the old giant empire, and in doing so, she might like she doesn't care if small folk come to harm in pursuit of her own goals. So that's potentially a problem.
It's the pictures that got small.
But you guys return down to the surface in Waterdeep. What's your first order of business?
All right. Do we want to go see old Gnawbone?
I still want to talk to Lady Silver. Try to
Okay.
get her with Lady Silverhand.
She runs Waterdeep, right?
Yes, she is the Open Lord of Waterdeep. So she's like the head honcho. She's the one in charge. Calls all the shots. You did hear last time that she's been very busy because she only recently became Open Lord a couple of months ago, and so all of the like nobility and merchants and whatnot have already been trying to get her attention to like get favor with her and get a better place in the city. And then the castle showed up, so like she's been very busy. But you guys can go ahead and try. I think that.
Do we think that Kaldar, because he's from an important family, did we ask him if he had any connections?
I don't think you did.
You mean as an in to be able to get a chance to see and meet with
Right. That's the only like trick that I can think of at this point.
I'm trying to figure out which. I think this. I'm pretty sure this is Castle Waterdeep. I could be wrong. I want to just double check where the hell it's. God, I forgot. No, yeah, the only map that pops up has like 8 million different. Seaward, Northward, Castle Ward. Okay, so this one would be Castle Waterdeep. One right here. I don't know what that is then.
Or we could just, get flown up there in the glory hole maybe and try to work our way down.
For you want to sneak your way into the castle?
No. I mean, it worked in the giant's house in the cloud, but no.
It could work. I'm very stealthy, and I'm sure that'll go a long way considering how it failed us last time around.
Just imagining you're like, yeah, we'll go and we'd be happy to like speak on behalf of you for the people of Waterdeep, and then you just break into her office and end up arrested.
We can't. There's no way for us to like quickly communicate with people back in Golden
That's
Fields.
sending
Right?
No.
stones, right?
You have sending stones. They communicate between each other. So you cast send
the
it.
two of you have them, right?
So you can send a 25-word message from one to the other, and then they can send a 25-word reply. And that works once a
and
day.
I have message, so that's why I don't have one.
Yeah. Message is a bit shorter on range, but yeah.
Should we just like check out the castle first, or should we go and
Yeah, it can't hurt.
bother Kaldar again?
Did we talk to her when we first got here and she was really busy talking about the castle in the sky? No? Okay.
You didn't talk with her.
No.
Okay.
Thing to note, because Drew didn't put it in his notes, but the cloud giant did take a giant peach off one of their trees and put it in the portable hole.
That's right.
Oh, right.
Because
So
they
let's
wanted
just
like
go out-
proof that he's like, you probably want proof that you've been here. So, admittedly, you probably could have had like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, Peach probably makes more sense. So you do have proof that you were up there.
So we could just go to the front of the castle and like whip it out, right?
Check out this peach.
I don't
Baby.
know if that public indecency probably isn't going to help you here.
Well, when we tell him it's in the glory hole, it'll be fine. Go on.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
All
right.
So you guys make your way over to Castle Waterdeep, and it is rather busy in this district because like there's like another town crier near this area who's like calling out the same stuff that you'd heard earlier, and it's getting like towards evening at this point, I want to say. And he's calling out much of the same stuff that you heard when you were in here, because like there are people who want to know what's up with that castle. And it's much of like, oh, we currently don't have Griffin Riders. We're waiting for an envoy to come that might be able to speak with them, but currently we have no new updates. They don't seem there's no immediate threat, but we're monitoring the situation. Like all that same kind of stuff to try and keep people at ease. And as you approach the castle, a pair of guards in armor is like, state your business.
We'd like to speak to Lady Silverhand. We have news from the giants which float aloft this fair city. Move along, post haste, bring us in.
Roll persuasion for me.
Okay. $27.
Damn.
You didn't use no dice. You didn't use no dice.
I rolled it on the screen.
At first, it's very clear that they don't initially believe you, because like, oh sure, you want to have a talk with Lady Silverhand, you and literally everyone else in the city. But then they do notice when you say that you talk to the giants. They do notice. They thought for a second it's a tall tale, but then they're like, wait a minute, one of them has wings. So they're like, right this way in that case. And they'll bring you on inside. Let me double check who.
You're a peach.
Yeah.
Can you turn down the background music just a little bit more, Marcus?
Sure.
Unless your viewers prefer it. Hello, viewers.
Let me see.
If it's very difficult, it's not good. Thank you.
I want to see who actually would you guys be chatting with outside of her. Okay.
Did we all, like as a group, see who has the highest like persuasion stuff and see who talks the most and stuff like that? Or do you think it matters?
You can go for that. Like, it can be nice to know who like the face of the party is.
But we can all take turns too, right? Or no?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can take turns.
I think you're right, though. Generally, like, what's your?
I'm pretty sure it's either you or Baudelaire.
Yeah, my persuasion's only 3, but like stuff like performance and deception, I'm really good at. So if we need to lie our way in, I have a +6.
My persuasion is +8.
Yeah, you should be doing that.
And sleight of hand is +9.
Good lord.
Deception's +5.
Stealth is the only thing I'm good at with a +6.
Ooh, nice.
But like persuasion, performance, +0, +0.
Performance, deception for me, and then I've got some 4s in like animal handling and survival.
I've got an 8 on insight.
I have a 1.
I don't know, 3. I seem to use that a lot in Baldur's Gate, the insight. So
Insight's great. If you just try and figure out if someone's lying to you. The guards guide you in. They let you pass. One of them passes you off to like another guard, and they're like, They say they have word from the Cloud Giant Castle. And he's like, absolutely. And they take you down the halls of the castle. And you enter into a room. It appears to be like a study of some kind. Where, you know, there's like, I want to say there's like a map of Waterdeep on the table, and there's like a little figure of like the castle just like over the bay. And the guard who's guiding you is like, Lady Saphir, these people claim to have been to the Cloud Giant Castle. And in the room there is a short short human woman, dark skin, like curly black hair, in robes, and she's carrying like a long black staff. She's like, so you and she looks and she sees again that one of you has wings, and so she's like, interesting, leave us be. And the guard walks away. She's like, welcome to Castle Waterdeep. I'm Blackstaff Vajra Saphir. Who do I make the acquaintance of?
Hi, I'm Baudelaire. Nice to be here. Very, very cool architecture. Like, I really just love seeing that from around the world, you know. Very cool here, very unique, yeah.
Fair lady, my name is Mugnuk, and I'm a traveler of these lands. I've been impressed with your splendor and your hospitality, which leaves me wet with anticipation.
And I'm Archimedes. I'm just a bird with a giant peach. I'm telling you, we come bearing gifts from the giants to prove that, of course, we've been up there to treat with them.
She raises an
Real
eyebrow.
cool people.
And she's like,
Real cool.
giant peach, you say?
Of course, let me whip out my glory hole. So
She
I'll go
gives
lay
you a
out
look
this.
when you say that.
So we lay out the glory hole, of course. But this thing is gigantic, right?
Yeah. It's pretty big. I want to say it's the size of like an exercise ball almost, or not even exercise, but larger than that. It was a tight squeeze to get you guys down from the castle afterwards.
Like a smart car.
Yeah, sort of like about the size of a smart car probably. And she's like, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you came back and lived then?
Indeed.
Yeah, they're actually really chill. He's just really into like maps. He's a cartographer, which is just a really cool, I think, like hobby. So, yeah, he's just like a scholar, basically. Just a curiosity, right? Like letting that drive him.
Well,
How much do we know about the ladies' giants' intentions?
sensory? Or what do you mean?
Like when you mentioned that it's not so much that she's...
Malaria.
Yeah.
Malaria. She doesn't have negative intentions against the people. Like, she just seems like she doesn't like she doesn't have the highest opinion of small folk, but she doesn't seem outwardly like hostile towards them. And her
But
husband
the
seems to have
Sunsuri lady, right?
Countess Sansuri does not care about the small folk at all. And they warned you about her because they're like, the stuff that she's trying to like unlock this huge trove of magic and try and bring Astoria back to its former greatness, would probably be pretty disastrous for the small folk.
And she's a storm giant, Sansuri, right?
Sansuri's a cloud giant. They knew
Cloud
about her
giant.
because she's another cloud giant countess.
Is she in the floating castle or is she somewhere else?
She's not in that castle. They don't know where she is. They just know that that's what she's trying to do.
So we should let this lady know, like, hey, these people are pretty cool, but there's this other giant. She has ill designs.
But don't shoot at the cloud up there. They're just, you know, wanderers, right? Yeah. Pretty
We
cool.
need to do everything we can to befriend those floating giants.
Well, that's good news. It's
Well,
one
we should-
less headache that we need to worry about. I'll be sure to inform Lady Silverhand about this. I've been debating going up there myself. I know the fly spell, but everyone said it was a bit too dangerous for a single individual to go up there on their own, which understandable. But it's good that you bring news that they're apparently friendly. I can probably, hopefully, speed this process along. We've been waiting for... We actually have a giant emissary that we've been waiting on. Would be here in a couple of weeks, likely, to maybe see if we can do something about that.
You can go beforehand. Just be sure you go to the front door. If you go. That's all. Just knock on the front door.
Not the balcony, the front door.
Speaking from experience?
A little bit.
Direct route.
She's like, well, okay then. Yes, thank you. I've been in contact with members of the Lord's Alliance all over the Sword Coast, and there's been problems with giants up and down. And we've been working to piece together exactly what's going on, so this has just been one problem of quite a few.
We can tell you a bit about they're having some problems with hill giants in Golden Fields. We have information on that if you're interested.
Absolutely. And she like pulls out like a journal to like make sure she's taking down her own notes.
So I think we just tell them about like again.
Do you mention
love and all? Yeah.
So you just recount all the hill giant stuff.
Yeah. And I think we do also. I mean, do y'all want to bring up the Varia or whatever Sensori?
Yeah, we should bring up Sensori for sure.
Do you bring up do you mention that like you were told that humans killed the Queen of the Storm Giants?
Is that how the ordning got broken and everything?
No. They told you the ordning got broken because the dragon god Tiamat tried to break into the world, and the giants didn't do anything about it. They just kind of sat by and let the small folk handle it. And the giant god, it's a theory. They don't know why, but everyone's assuming this is why, that like the evil god of dragons tried to break into the material plane. The small folk dealt with it, and the giants did nothing, and their gods were like, "You're being too complacent. We're going to shatter the ordning." Okay. As punishment for them being complacent.
Well, we'll go ahead and bring her up to speed on that while we're at it. It's good to know.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no. Do you mention the fact that do you mention though that the Queen of the Storm Giants apparently died also?
Neri?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do like a insight check on this lady to see if that would be if she has good intentions or like ill intentions? Like the last thing I want to do is for someone to see that as like a power vacuum that they want to grab.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so just insight.
Yes.
I just have a +1. Ooh. Well then, ooh, nat 20.
Nice.
Hey.
Vajra seems to be you don't know too much about her because you probably haven't like lived in Waterdeep, but she seems genuinely interested in the stuff that you're talking about and seems genuinely concerned about the issues that you're bringing up. And you don't get the feeling that like she has any kinds of ill intentions. She seems to be a person who has the well-being of this city at heart.
Cool. Then I think say that. By the way, the Storm Queen Giant is dead, and they said that that little folk did it.
That gives her pause for a moment, and she's like, "Well, that explains some things. Explains some things and brings up more questions. From what I understand, Queen Neri, the Lord's Alliance frequently had talks with Queen Neri. She seemed to be a major force keeping the affairs of giants out of the small folk. But we'd been reaching out, seeing if the Lord's Alliance could potentially reach out to her with all this going on, and they've essentially been given the cold shoulder, and nobody knows why. So this is the first that we're hearing of this, or I'm hearing of it at least.
You said with the Lord's...
The Lord's Alliance, yes. Which...
Do we know what that is?
You would know Lady Maxine was a part of it.
Okay.
The Lord's Alliance is essentially like the NATO of the Sword Coast. It's like an allied military alliance, essentially.
So that's a poli-sci degree. You don't have... No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, functionally, it's all the city-states in the Sword Coast kind of banding together for self-protection. So you'd know what the Lord's Alliance is, because most people do.
I wonder if somebody in the Lord's Alliance then wanted to start something. Like, if they had diplomatic relations with Queen Neri, maybe they'd have the opportunity. Like, what other people could have?
Yeah,
So I say that out loud. Like, I wonder, do we think somebody from the Lord's Alliance maybe could have killed her then?
She's like, I'd hope not.
Yeah.
I don't have too much talks with we're in contact with people from the Lord's Alliance regularly, getting updates about the Sword Coast and whatnot, and I'm certainly going to be relaying this information that you're giving to them. But I'd hope not. The Lord's Alliance being somewhat corrupt would be a large problem for the Sword Coast, and an extra one on the pile that I'm dealing with. But I don't know where the angle would be with that. What you're saying, the idea that giants are vying for power, it's not a net good for any member of the small folk. I don't know if there's anyone in the Lord's Alliance that would be in a position to capitalize on that, but I'm also not involved in their day-to-day, so it's possible. But maybe we don't spread that around until we have more concrete evidence.
Keep the rumor mongering on the down low. Got it. So, should we still try to speak to Lady Silverhand? Are we trying to get just information?
She's like, I will certainly bring this information to her, and we could see about getting you a meeting with her eventually. If there's anything specific that you wish to talk to her about. She is very busy right now. We are waiting. We have a giant ally who is on his way here. Should be here in a couple of weeks. That we were hoping to meet.
What's his deal?
His name's Harshnag. He's a member of Force Grey, which you guys can do a history check for him if you want.
Why not?
Oh.
You're not gonna use the dice, Jesse. This is a good. I'm trying to encourage it. I have a -1 to history. 16 for me.
16 for me.
You guys have heard of Force Grey? They're an adventuring party, from what you understand. You're not like a guild of adventurers going around trying to do good, from what you understand. You don't know like too much about them and their exploits, but it's a name that like at least has enough reputation that you know it offhand, and you're like, there's a giant that's a part of them apparently.
Is it like a small group, like an adventuring party, or like a guild size?
I am uncertain if you would know off the top of your head with a 16.
Okay. That's fine.
It's yeah. You can probably assume that it's more of a smaller adventuring party. or maybe not necessarily a small party, but you haven't heard about it to the extent that makes you think that it's a large organization. But you haven't heard the name Harshnag before. But she's like, yeah, we were hoping to. I know the Lord's Alliance wanted to meet with him while he would be here, and hopefully glean some information that you've mentioned. And also we wanted to see if maybe he could help bridge whatever's going on with that castle. Things should be a little smoother now that we know some groundwork of what's going on.
Groundwork. Yeah. They're in a cloud.
She like she like chuckles a bit at that.
I hand her a Fukushon necklace.
She's like, thank you.
Can we let her know that it's on the agenda that we're gonna go speak to old Gnawbone and see if she's got any
I like that.
Mm.
Any
insight
information?
into that?
Yeah.
So you guys tell her that?
Have you heard of old Gnawbone? We were thinking about going and talking to her. For help with the giant situation in Goldenfield.
She would like her demeanor changes when you mention that, and she like raises an eyebrow. And she's like, I've heard of the caravans she's killed, and she's a bit of a menace in that forest. I wouldn't recommend doing that. If you're going, I'd hope you have some kind of angle you're trying to push, because it's... Chromatic dragons aren't exactly known for their hospitality. Everything comes with a catch.
You all wouldn't happen to have any resources. So, like, and just explain that the Ugg thing, and that she's eaten all the food, and they're just looking for food. Do you have any resources that could help Goldenfield along those lines?
We need to discuss... Oh, so to help Goldenfields, not the Giants. Right. She's like,
Or is this small potatoes at this point? Should we... Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
She'd basically tell you that she can speak with Lady Silverhand about that, because the specifics of like trade and stuff isn't really her purview. She's more the defense of the city. If you want, actually, Mugnick, do you want to do a history check for me? I think we said you probably have been in Waterdeep before.
Okay.
That sounds like advantage to me.
No.
14.
14. Eh. Yeah, you have not heard her name before necessarily. She gives up the air that, like, yeah, she's in some kind of position to protect the city, so that's like her purview. Which is why they guided you to her when you came, saying we talked with the cloud giants. But yeah, she's not one about like trade and stuff, so she's like, I'd have to bring that up with Lady Silverhand, but off the top of her head, she'd be like, we could possibly have some kind of aid, but a lot of our food comes from Goldenfields, so that's something for other politicians to figure out.
They could use some assistance, I'm sure, from a defense standpoint.
Yeah.
If that's where you get your food, you may want to look into it.
Because the ogres, because the ogres are also working with them, but I don't exactly know why. I think just because they're mean.
Ogres are a kind of giant.
Never mind.
So, yeah. And goblins will just kind of work with whoever is strong and makes them work with them. No, yeah, she said I'll definitely mention it to the Lord's Alliance. My position's here in Waterdeep. I don't really leave the walls that often. But certainly we'll look into that. If you are doing anything crazy, just take care of yourselves. We can always use more people looking out for the realm here.
Well, thank you for your time.
I'll see what I can do about potentially arranging a meeting for you and Lady Silverhand. We're a bit busy at the moment, but if you're going out trying to gain more information through whatever means you may be using, hopefully by the time you're back, things will have calmed down a bit.
Hey, sounds
But
good.
again, watch your back.
Do we take the peach with us? Should we leave it behind, team? What do we want to do with this peach?
Oh, we're taking it with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's-
That's free food.
Yep.
Maybe I can up my lifestyle from pauper. I'm not going to, but
Do they have anyone in the castle that would be worth having them investigate this peach and see if it has any magical properties or nah?
She's like, I can check really quick if you give me like 10 minutes for it.
Yeah, I've got 10 minutes.
oh
Um,
gosh, if you're willing to give 10 minutes, yeah, I can
Um,
recite some poetry for you if you.
Baudelaire, do you want to go with her while they go check out the peach?
She doesn't need to leave the room. She just needs to be
Okay.
in contact with the peach for 10 minutes. So she casts some kind of spell. She like takes out her like a spell book and she pulls out some components and she lays out what seems to be some kind of magical ritual. And she casts a spell and she's like, "This is a big peach."
Ah,
Good to know.
effective.
Well, admittedly, I also wanted to check to make sure that you didn't just cast enlarge on a peach to provide it as evidence, and you didn't actually go to the giant castle, and everything you've been saying is just some kind of big lie. Good to know that that's not the case. So,
You speak the truth.
but if that's it, I hope we can be in contact with you again sometime soon. Do you three have a name for your group?
Probably.
Yes.
We can't be the glory hole spelunkers, can we?
I'm afraid that would be hard to put on official paperwork. So,
Okay. I'll leave it to Baudelaire. He's the
Whoa.
wisest of us.
Pressure. Okay. All right. Oh God. The pukas.
all right. Well,
Yeah.
I hope to see.
Or namaste, whichever y'all would prefer.
We go with pukas. For the pukas.
Yeah, Puka sounds good.
All right. Well, I hope, Pukas, to see you again sometime soon. Hopefully, when things are a little bit less hectic around here.
Yeah, we're gonna see what we can find out and circle back in a little bit.
So she bids you guys good day, and you make your way out of the castle.
Good day.
I said good day.
But it
That's
is
my Alaska thing to turn the lights off. Good day. Sorry. Important to share. Continue.
What are you all up to now? It's the evening at this point.
How long is our trek to go see Old Gnawbone? Is that like a day-long situation?
It would be a bit. Let me see.
Is it wise to find, a place to rest for the night?
Just so we don't get exhaustion, if anything. Right?
Yeah, you do need to sleep first. Let me see. No, that's the wrong way. So you guys are in Waterdeep. Crypt Garden forests are in the this forest right here beneath the Sword Mountains. Is there a? Ooh. Okay. So it's
My lord.
100 miles. Oh, let me actually see. Can I do? Where is? There's a way to do a ruler here, and I forget how it works. Line? No. 1 second.
You can always draw a line along the miles and then move it, but that's not as easy.
I could have sworn there was literally just... Oh, tab. There we go.
Where's my tab?
So 1.5 is
100
100 miles. So if you guys are going... It's about...
If a train
It's
is
about
moving-
300 miles. So 1.5 is 100 miles. So that's 200 miles.
200.
About 200 miles to get to the Kirkgarden Forest. And then...
Are we gonna fast travel there? Or do we have to like, you know?
we
You've
can
never
round
been there,
it.
so even if this was a video game, you wouldn't be able to fast travel there.
They said the Griffin Riders won't be there for.
Griffin Riders, they're trying to get some Griffin Riders in, but there aren't any in the city at the moment.
So Nick and I just get in the hole and we're like, take care of it, Archimedes.
There is 10 minutes of air in the hole. Still would be.
Oh, shoot. That is really annoying.
Yeah.
I'm out to. Do they have oxygen tanks in this world?
If you are traveling at a normal pace, it's 24 miles a day. So it would take like 8 or 9 days to get there.
Should we look around and see if there's a faster way to travel in town? Like
Like a
Horse?
bullet train.
yeah, horses or.
Ooh.
I will say if you choose to buy horses, we can bump that up to 30 miles a day, so you can save a couple of days.
Do they have any other use horses, like in fighting?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, that seems
Let
right.
me
What
like.
about
there's a-
hiring, like,
It
a
depends. Like
carriage or a
horses
station?
can attack things, but like,
They'll die.
yeah. I mean, I have a Pegasus in our campaign, but he's like magic. So if he dies,
We'll
I can
take
just
one of
resummon
those.
him.
3.
3 of those?
You gotta get to like level 10 paladin. It's a spell. But
Okay. Well, I think we just
Walk it out. No?
find a hostel or something for the night.
Maybe we could ask those floating giants to drop us off.
Did the glory hole place have rooms for rent?
the yawning portal, yes.
All right, I'm gonna grab a drink.
Let me see.
Ooh, I'm gonna get a refill too while we abandon your stream, Marcos. Haha.
No.
Haha.
No. A comfortable inn stay is 8 silver pieces.
All right.
Locations.
I'm back. So we said an inn was how much?
So depends. A squalid inn is 7 copper. A poor inn is a silver. A modest is 5. Comfortable is 8. Wealthy is 2 gold. And aristocratic is 4 gold.
What
All
was
right, fellas. I'm gonna spring for everybody. I'm gonna pay for the inn tonight. We're not
Ooh.
gonna do the aristocratic, but we'll do the one below that.
I give you a puka necklace.
So
Two
that's
gold.
two gold each for a wealthy
Oh my God.
inn stay.
I give each of you a puka shell necklace, cause so like yeah, like I mean wear it if you want. I
I'll
have
put
a-
on my puka shell necklace.
60.
There's not a spell for it in D&D, but can we just say that like from my homeland I can create puka shell necklaces.
I'm not gonna like stress to you about like the mechanics of making puka shell necklaces. Like, I'm assuming you
like-
just have a lot of shells and string, and that you just do it.
That sounds right.
Let me see.
All right, so 6 gold, right?
It would be 6 gold for everyone. Yes.
All right. That's my treat. Everybody have a good night.
Okay.
Thanks, Moon.
So you guys can take a long rest. If you would like to purchase horses, there are people in Waterdeep who sell horses. Google that.
I literally have 15 gold.
Okay.
How much are horses again?
A draft horse is 50. A riding horse is 75 gold. So that's expensive. This is a bit expensive.
A little bit. You just walk, right, guys? Just walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
We take a long.
I'm pretty small. I could probably ride on a horse with somebody. And can Archimedes just fly?
I'm small too. I can just fly, right?
You can just fly. I mean, you're kind of constrained to whatever speed your party members are going at.
It's already 30 feet anyway, so that doesn't change.
So.
We'll just walk.
Yeah,
Walk it
we'll
out.
just and let's say like every once in a while, maybe Archimedes flies up just to see if there are any. Not to give you a task, but just as kind of like a quick scout every once in a while as we make our way.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Let me see. So you're traveling at 24 miles, so it's gonna be like it's gonna be like not 8 or 9 days to get there. I think I said 24 miles a day, 200 miles.
Yep.
So we'll say it's gonna be 9 days. Is this supposed to be for every? Okay. I'm just looking at some travel stuff. Does anybody want to make a survival check for me?
Yeah. I've got great survival. I've got +8.
Oh, all right. Can I give the help action because I do have proficiency?
Sure, go for it.
So you get advantage, just so you can
Okay.
roll play.
And what did you have, Archimedes?
I have a +4.
Okay.
You got it.
So 19? And does advantage mean I can roll again?
Advantage is you can roll again, yes. Wait, yeah, because you're getting helped.
So 19.
Cool. So you're making your way. It's not difficult at all. As you make your way down the road, because it is a relatively well-traveled road. So several days, I want to say, like, you've got like 4 or 5 days of travel with nothing like particularly eventful happening. Just easy travel down the road. And then, does somebody want to roll a D100 for me?
Ooh.
Wade can do that.
Yeah, since I'm wild magic, I should be. Ooh. 87. Archimedes got.
I rolled already, sorry.
Let me see really quick.
No, 87 then was the right thing to have done.
You, on the way, do encounter there is a group of, there are a group of travelers going the opposite direction as you, on the road. And a lot of them seem to have, like, they have like a caravan situation going. They have like a horse and carriage, and they seem to be taking a lot of stuff, but they don't seem like they're traders. You see like a couple a couple like pieces of furniture, like goods and like rations and stuff, seeming like personal belongings as they're heading.
Oh, there.
What ho, travelers? Tell us of your news.
The head's like, oh, we're making our way to Waterdeep. Our village just up the way, we had not just up the way, it's a ways off at this point. Around the same area as Golden Fields, essentially. You guys have passed Golden Fields at this point, but you're in that same kind of neighborhood. There was an attack by hill giants.
We heard
so
about
much
that.
of the.
We were there.
Well, no, not Golden Fields. A different town nearby.
Their village.
Those hill giants, man, they're everywhere.
They weren't named Lub and Og, were they? Because if they were, they've got some explaining to do.
We didn't exactly have time to ask names. We didn't exactly have time to ask names. Half the buildings in the town were ruined, so a lot of us are moving to see if we can find someplace a little bit more stable to live at this point. A lot of our town's not exactly we have to let it go, unfortunately.
Oh man, that's heavy.
Were there any folks left behind, or perhaps taken captive by these hill giants?
He would tell you that like some people tried to like fight off the giants and the people who were there, but they didn't make it out. So a lot of people just like ran and hid while the giants were there trying to like ransack the town. And then afterwards they just came back, tried to scrounge together what they possibly could, and just left to make a new life for themselves.
Were the giants after anything, perhaps, or were they just there to just?
They were taking food and livestock.
Well, when you get to Waterdeep, you go ahead and ask for what's that person's name? Black.
Saphir, the last
Vajra?
one.
Vajra Saphir.
Severe,
Vajra.
yeah. Let her know.
Do y'all have enough food?
They're like, honestly, we've been a bit light on rations. There wasn't that much left for us to take.
Y'all want to give them the peach?
Yeah, I want to give them the. Do y'all like peaches or a slice? What do we want to do? Yeah. Because Baudelaire would like fully give the entire thing.
Let's cut off a big chunk of it. I want to see what's inside that peach. And then plant
More
it.
They all go like wide-eyed as you unfold a hole out of nowhere. Because
It seems cool, but there's only 10 minutes of air in it.
so like they go wide as you do that, and then they see there's a giant peach inside, and they're like, and then you just proceed to like chop off a giant slice for
Me
them.
and Archimedes have those old-timey logs.
A big log saw that you just saw it open. And you saw off just like a slice of this huge peach, which reveals a giant pit in the middle. And they're like, oh, thank you so much. I wish we had more to offer you. But it's appreciated. It's so appreciated.
Can any of you fly?
They look like like peasants and commoners that they don't seem to have any magic about them. They don't seem to. None of
Never
them have
mind.
wings. Yeah.
We just high five a couple of them.
They
Can I ask if there's anything up ahead? Any rough travels up ahead? Anything we should be wary of?
Yeah, is
on
this
the
town
road.
on the way too? Yeah.
I'd say that their town is the town's a bit off the beaten path. A bit off the way, and also the town itself doesn't really pretty much everyone just evacuated. I want to say it's a little bit up ahead if you wanted to take a detour to it, and then I need to figure out a name for it. But they didn't report any any trouble so far, thankfully. This trail's pretty well traveled. Sometimes there'd be bandits and stuff, but for the most part, they haven't had any issues, thankfully.
Maybe we could just ask them again to make sure they let the officials at Waterdeep know that trouble's kind of circling in on everybody right now with these ornery, hungry hill giants, that they want to prepare themselves a little bit. Just to give them a heads up.
Yeah. Absolutely. We'll keep that in mind.
And I take out a pocket knife and cut off a little chunk of the peach and pop it in my mouth real quick.
It is pretty good.
Hey guys, this peach is pretty good.
But they thank you again for you just gave them so much food, and they just recognize by the fact that you have a magical hole that you can pull out anywhere that you're some kind of adventurers, of some kind of renown. That's the kind of stuff that people like them would never dream of owning.
By the
But
way,
they-
we're the Pukas. Tell your friends.
Oh no.
Some of the pukas helped you.
They thank you profusely and they continue on their way.
So should we think about drying this peach? Will the hole preserve it?
That's a religion. Shall the whole preserve
So-
We all believe in the hole. And
The
it's
whole
10 minutes
shall
if it only has
preserve
10
the
minutes
I
of
think
air,
there's
then
an
it's
SCP about that.
I love SCP. Shut up. We'll continue.
But there's no air in there. It can't really go bad, right?
Yeah, I guess you can put a peach in a plastic.
We'll find a way.
Like a Tupperware.
Yeah.
It's like a
Or we
tub.
could preserve it with air dried, like a dehydrated peach. It's delicious.
Squirt some lime juice on it, just so it's
I'm going to go ahead and assume that I'm not gonna stress too much about the logistics of your giant peach.
Okay.
How much peach do we have remaining?
I still want to get the pit out and get it examined because I feel like there's really something cool about this peach.
As far as you can tell, there's nothing magic about it. It's just a giant peach.
The big
Maybe
ass.
we should plant the pit and grow a giant tree.
Yeah, I think that's the eventuality for sure.
You cut a pretty hefty slice out for these people. I want to say.
What is that in metric?
I want to say you still have 3/4 of giant peach left.
Wonderful, very important.
I don't. Yeah. Take however heavy a smart car is and divide that and divide that into fourths.
Baudelaire is gonna eventually just carve the peach into food art, like a tiki or something. That's the plan.
But you guys continue on your way into the Crypt Garden Forest over the next few days. Let me find the thing. Nope.
That's not Falcor on your shirt, is it, Jesse?
It is.
Oh, babysitter.
Yep.
We're both wearing. I'm wearing Islands in the Stream.
Oh, nice. You're just kind of washed out for me.
It's just the light.
Yeah.
It's not a super bright shade.
My hoodie's got arm pads on it.
Librarian. Professor. This stream brought to you by Good Threads.
Well, that's funny. A tobacco song's playing right now when you brought that up.
I don't know how you listen to multiple audio sources at once. I really don't.
Let me. Hang on, I just want to change the music because we're in a creepy forest now.
You can put on some tobacco.
Dude, tobacco babysitter. This stream brought to you by Tobacco Babies.
If you ever
I don't know
wanna-
why I do Trixie Mattel's RuPaul head when I. Anyway.
So you make your way into the Crypt Garden Forest. A small wooded region near the West Bridge hides many old dwarven ruins and extensive underground. Can you describe what the forest looks like for me? I'm assuming it's just a forest. Okay, if there's no description for it. You guys make your way into the Crypt Garden Forest. It is significantly less well-traveled than the road you were just on. Given what Vajra had said, the fact that there is an ancient dragon that lives here seems to rightfully be keeping people away from this area. Every so often as you're creeping through the woods, you do see, like, ruins of, like, old buildings and stuff that have been overgrown with time. As you're making your way down, the canopy has, like, you know, grown over. It's relatively dark here and shaded. Is there anything in particular you guys are doing as you're going through this forest? Like, what's your game plan?
What is our game plan?
So we're gonna talk to this dragon about the hill giants because it hates hill giants, but it hates people too.
But we have a common enemy in the giants that have been running amok.
Amok. Does anyone have like a disguise kit? I'm looking at you,
do.
Mugner. Like the only thing that was in my but I have nothing to do it with would be like I hate giants t-shirt or something.
Just reads,
Or a
I hate
babysitter
giants.
T-shirt with Falcor on it.
If there's a front door, I say we go to that. But otherwise, I think just like for Baudelaire is really just like a make friends backpack. So he is too naive to even really grasp the idea that he can't just like say hi to somebody. So I don't think he has a plan.
But we definitely recognize that this forest is creeping, right?
Yeah. Do you mean like a plan for meeting Gnawbone, or just like
How do you find,
generally-
like, also how are you going to find her? How are you carrying yourselves as you're going through here?
That's a really good question.
You
Are
know
we-
she
are we
lives in
moving
the forest,
south
but the
on?
forest's pretty huge.
Are we trying to avoid making loud sounds? Are we trying to? I'm not saying we want to surprise her, but I'm sure we don't
There
want
we
to
Or to make loud sounds.
get her attention.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, could I fly up and see if there's anything I could gather with my owl eyes?
Sure. You can fly up and do perception for me if you want.
Hey, I'm real sorry. When I'm looking in my
Is this
inventory,
not-
I've got a whole bunch of shit in my backpack, and I don't know where it came from. Did you put it there?
What stuff?
Tinderbox, string,
That's
hammer, crowbar, candle.
that's
Starting-
probably with it's probably your starting equipment.
All right, I got a bell. I could start fucking ringing that.
You just want to make yourself very conspicuous.
You don't want to sneak up on the dragon.
I don't like how you said that, but
Okay, you know what? Sure, I'll keep it.
I don't
like
have.
this.
I was just. I'm bringing that out there. I was just letting you guys know what I got in my bag. And I do have a disguise kit, so I could put on an "I hate dragons" or I hate hill giants" T-shirt.
Also, I assume it's possible we might encounter non-dragon things here, right? That might be dangerous to us.
That actually is a very good point.
How dare you? Do we have homework?
Do you want to do your perception first, Archimedes?
I did. I rolled an 8 total.
An 8 total. Okay, so you're having trouble. The issue is the canopy here seems to be pretty well grown over.
Can I ask Archimedes if he can grab onto me and pull me up there, and I'll take a look? not too big.
We've had experience with this in the previous campaign. I don't know if that's going to turn out well.
Okay, well, don't worry about it then.
Well, Mugnik is a... What are you, a halfling?
Halfling, yeah.
There's
Wait,
that.
how much do you weigh?
How
I
dare
suppose,
you? First
like-
of all.
How old are you? Okay.
Where do
How
I
much
find
do
it?
you make a year?
Or do I just Google it? Like,
I suppose you'd have to Google it. I think you're still, like, you're short, but you're still heavy. Like,
That's true.
it would still be difficult for him to, like, just carry you up.
40 to 45 pounds.
I think it was supposed to be page...
Archimedes skipped wing day.
I could
I'm going to
hold, like,
assume that it would be
Archimedes.
difficult to actually grab you and
Okay,
lift you up like
never
that.
mind.
I'm a medium-sized owl, by the way.
Yeah.
Owlin, which I think is akin to your size.
I think
He's
that's, like,
small, so he's
volleyball.
one size smaller than you.
Okay.
Look at 68.
I can cast, like, firebolt every now and again just into the sky, kind of like a flare if we want to grab attention.
Mm-hmm.
It goes 120 feet, so there's that.
Would we need would survival be the skill we would use to try to kind of track
Track
any,
old Gnawbone. Yeah, survival works.
Should we all do it?
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Or does anybody have a high survival?
I do. I got 27.
Oh, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I could give the health action because I have, if you want to roll again, see if you crit.
No.
Okay.
17 that time. 27.
27? Okay. It is pretty eerie as you're going through here and you're checking for, like, signs of a large creature and stuff. Because you feel like there's something a bit off with the animals. Like, you notice that, like, you know, like the nearby like squirrels and like other small little things living in the forest, they all seem to, like, every once in a while one will seem you get the feeling that you're being watched by it, and you're like, that's, like, not in a way that doesn't seem super normal for general animal curiosity. And, like, the moment
Plus?
huh
Go ahead. Go ahead.
in the moment you, like, look at them a little bit, the moment they seem to notice that you're also looking back at them, they'll scurry off.
Nobody has to speak with animals, do we?
Is +2 animal handling enough to do anything or no?
I have a 4.
Oh, okay.
You get the feeling that you're being watched, and there's enough animals that are acting strangely. You're starting to get the vibe that someone probably knows you're here already.
So, would you say hello there?
So I've got a feature called Eye for Detail.
What does it do?
You can use a perception check to spot a hidden creature or object to make an investigation check to uncover or decipher clues.
Go for it.
Okay. Oh shit, my perception's not that good. Never mind. I got a 4.
With that survival, though, you do know that the animals are being weird. You got a pretty high survival check.
Yeah.
So you're starting to think there's probably something a little bit more intelligent than just general woodland animals here.
Alright guys, so something seems real off here. The animals are acting freaky.
So just say, like, I think, well, let's just say, like, hello, old Gnawbone. Yeah, we're here to meet with you. you about a giant problem, you can interpret that in two ways. Caldar or Jazless sent us. Hello.
Let me see. Where do I have Baudelaire on here already?
Uh-oh.
Right. Do I have?
Oh my. Oh dear.
Do I not? I had him before. Archimedes,
Yeah, you
bona
did.
fide.
You did.
Oh, I think it's because I did. Yeah. He's the only one who's in the actual last folder I made for your characters. So I'll make you guys bigger. You hear like the creaking of like tree branches and the stomping of very large footsteps. As let me actually see, because I know that they have actual. Do you have? Is there just? There's no dragon.
What?
Animals, demonic lizards.
Lizards.
Black dragon. That's not. No, she's a green dragon. I'm just gonna go to the. I'm just gonna go to my big ol'
Wait, there was one there.
collection. It was a black dragon.
Why gotta be black? That's a RuPaul reference. Otherwise, I do not feel capable of making such a joke. Internet.
Cancel.
I'm a liberal. I just FYI.
And
Ooh,
coming
that's a
like
big dragon.
I think Ancients is 4x4. I could be
Oh
wrong.
my. How back?
Let me see.
Ooh, Marcos, can I ask what time of day is it? Is it day, but the
Let's
the
say it's like
canopy
twilight
open?
by the time you've arrived.
Twilight time.
Ancient green dragon.
I do like your gesticulation for what kind of day it is.
No. Noon.
That's the normal
Gargantuan.
time of day
How
when
big is
we're doing-
gargantuan?
We're not doing shit.
Wasn't it like a kids thing that, or is it Skinnamarink? Oh my god, I'm thinking of Skinnamarink Dinky Dink, Skinnamarink Doo.
Yeah, gargantuan's 4x4. Yeah. So, not that it matters. Hopefully it'll be a bit irrelevant. But as you guys are walking and you're just calling out like, hey, we want to deal with giants, and this large hulking reptilian figure pushes her way through the brush, and you start to realize, like, you know, like, you heard her name's Old Gnawbone. You realize that she might have gotten that name because as she's coming through, there is the corpse of he appears to be some kind of barbarian, or was at some point, because there is just a corpse hanging from her mouth that she's like chewing on the side of her mouth, like it's a lollipop or something. So like he's got like half of his body is hanging out, and you can see his spine that's still connecting it.
I wonder if we could move her to vegetarian just with like a peach pit. Although those are poisonous, so never mind.
Can I use insight to see if it's a giant in her mouth? Or
No, it's not a giant. You don't
Or
even need
she's
to
just
do
happy
insight.
to-
It's a person. It's a human. It appears a human barbarian.
Well,
That
shit.
she's yes.
Hey, who's your friend?
Um.
Does anybody speak dragon here?
Oh,
Draconic.
We should have thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, luckily she comes out and speaks to you in common.
Oh, lucky.
It's not often that people come to my lair and declare themselves. You're either incredibly brave or incredibly stupid, and I'm
It could be both.
curious I'm curious to find out which.
We would never come here without a dire circumstance.
And what circumstance would that be? You mentioned something about giants.
Yeah, so we recount the tale of the hill giants and their tomfuckery.
Let me. Okay.
And important to reiterate, of course, that we have a common enemy with these giants.
Yeah, that's the only reason we would ever come and disturb you, ever.
Yeah, especially this Ugg lady. Like, I mean, appropriately named, right? Ugh.
Well, you're lucky you caught me in a kind mood, I suppose.
Duh.
It seems like you may be used for something other than dinner tonight. I must admit, I've been watching the Giants for some time. Their machinations are amusing, to say the least. And their attempts to resurrect their ancient civilization and usurp the reign of dragons is adorable, but their efforts, it wouldn't hurt to throw a wrench in them, so to say. So I see no harm in giving you all a piece of information, I suppose, if what you intend to do is to overthrow giant kind.
Yes, sir.
But you're telling me that. But what makes you so certain that you can accomplish this, and you're not better off as?
So can
an
I
evening
ask just
snack.
like a lore question?
Go for it.
So these dragons are ancient dragons. They've been around for millennia, for a long, long, long time.
Yeah, you know that dragons live for a very long time. Without a roll, you
So
don't know
they've-
specifically how long, but like she seems to be like she's huge.
So they've existed with the small people relatively peacefully.
I would not say relatively peacefully.
Oh,
So like,
okay.
cause like, what's his face? Chazlith told you, like, chromatic dragons are generally regarded as evil. Obviously there's exceptions in all things, but, and I think Chazlith mentioned to you, like, chromatic dragons come from the evil dragon god Tiamat. So they all tend towards being incredibly selfish and power hungry. A lot of dragons will, they will just casually kill people, take livestock. They tend toward hoarding things. Usually it is treasure. Some dragons, mostly metallic dragons, their hoards can get more inventive and not problematic for small folk. But, like, chromatic dragons in general, like, no, people are rightfully afraid of dragons.
Okay.
I would not call their existence peaceful. It's more
Okay.
so you are lucky when a dragon, like, kind of sticks to its own territory and decides it doesn't need to fuck with other people.
So it's kind of like all these things that fuck with everything, but they kind of keep it in check. But now these ogres and giants are kind of pushing forward.
Yes.
Okay.
The giants as a whole generally haven't been too much of an issue in the past. Like, you'd hear stories every once in a while of some rogue giant stuff, but, like, it's hard to separate what is a fairy tale and what actually happened. But for the
Okay.
most part, like, for beings that are the size that they are, they haven't had too much of an impact on the lives of small folk as far as, like, widespreading goes until relatively recently. Like, this is a lot more activity than you're used to hearing.
So can we ask the wise ancient Gnawbone what's happening with these giants? Why are they now pushing forward into the land of the small folk?
Well, we sort of know why, but
Oh.
yeah.
Well,
Because they're out of food.
Well, first, I'd like to ask you what makes you think that you're worth my information. If I was to give you this information and you were just to die, then I may as well have eaten you right now.
Can me and Archimedes show off our beautiful earrings that we got at the mansion?
Precious
And
baubles
say-
mean nothing. Unless you're offering to give them to me, in which case I would be happy to take them and then eat you.
Well, I give her a puka shell necklace, number one.
She gives you a flat look the entire time that you hand it, but she does let you put it on her claw.
Namaste.
Mhm.
So yeah, like, well, first of all, we're the Pukas, so you may have heard of us. Yeah, we've already defeated some giants, and goblins and ogres, which is, by the way, a type of giant which I know that you know, but I'm letting you know that I know, so that you know that I am capable in this area. And second of all, I come from the very magma that our Earth rests upon, and the magic of nature is, kind of my power. I try to be pretty chill about it, but yeah, I'm actually a pretty powerful sorcerer and chosen one of my people. So yeah, and Mugnik, really crafty, can get us a deal on anything we need. And Archimedes, I mean, first of all, we were able to travel to a cloud in his pocket. So, I don't know what, like, do you need me to juggle something?
Do you want to roll persuasion for me?
Sure. Oof. That's 14, but I'm going to go ahead and bend luck. I can do that on myself, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So 14, 15.
She just like listens to you, and she seems like she seems to find your wide-eyed optimism somewhere between amusing and grating. She's like,
Did somebody tell us
well-
that the chromatic dragons hate other dragons? No.
did you write something down like that?
I did, and I don't know why.
I don't know who would have said that. Chaslith might have mentioned that, like, the chromatic dragons and the metallic dragons aren't on good terms. Metallic dragons are, like, the good ones. But in general, like, dragons tend to be very selfish, so it's not like they don't have any, like, love lost between, like, even between chromatic dragons, they're pretty selfish. So you haven't heard of, like, them working together or anything.
I couldn't make
but
him. I couldn't make Gnawbone jealous, saying that the giants are working with metallic dragons, and just be a fucking liar.
You could try. You could try anything, Nick.
I don't know if I want to lie to this guy or this lady.
I think this is also a good opportunity. I mean, go for that, but, like, I mean, we can also say, like, we survived an encounter with.
Okay, I'll back up a little.
Yeah, no, because you make that argument that, you've been to the Cloud Giants, and you've already
And we can show her the peach and everything, right?
yeah.
And we took down some giants ourselves. Right?
Yes.
We have giants,
So-
and ogres, and goblins.
She says, I'm going to be quite frank, I've never heard of you in my entire life. However,
You need some more scrying orbs, I think. It's time to expand.
she
She's
rolls
pissed me off a little.
she
Oh, no.
she rolls her eyes. She's like, a wild
Can I
card
kinda-
messing in the affairs of
shove
giants.
Baudelaire out of the way and say, listen, we understand that you're the
Not
biggest
hospitable.
badass in
Okay.
this realm.
Not
We don't come
hospitable.
here half-heartedly or full-heartedly. We really need some help with these giants. It's
I mean,
getting
it
out of
sounds
control.
like you're not able to help us. I really think that maybe you're projecting your own inadequacies. That's something you need to examine.
Can I run
Do
into
you-
a bush and hide away from Baudelaire?
Do you want to roll either persuasion or intimidation with that, Wade?
Not particularly, but
Whichever
I
you
will.
feel is more adequate, because you're either trying to goad her into giving you information, an ancient dragon who's been alive for hundreds of years, or you're trying to persuade her.
I was just trying to persuade her with compliments.
Yeah, well, she pissed me off. She pissed Baudelaire is so easygoing, but that's
Doesn't seem
because
like
he
it.
is guarding this like fuse that he has, because like he comes from fire, right? And being cool to others is very important to him. So this is just not. So I'm gonna say at this point it's intimidation, and that's a 7.
Um,
Can I hop in and interject?
if you want to help him, Mugnik, I will. Yeah, you can hop in here. I'll say you can hop in here.
I just want to say, listen,
She does not seem to appreciate.
Gnawbone, I'm really sorry. My
Definitely
friend is
would.
quick to temper sometimes. His love of dragons spurs him to say things that maybe he wouldn't normally to lesser creatures. We're
Meanwhile,
really
fire
here
is starting to crackle around like my fingertips. Continue.
searching for answers and information. We hate to bother you. We're so just humbled to be in your presence, and we just need help. We wouldn't come here if we didn't need help, and that's all we need is a little help.
Roll me persuasion with disadvantage.
How do I do this?
I also roll my eyes hard.
You roll twice, but you take whatever the lower roll is.
Okay. 14. 16.
Okay, so that'd be a 14. She.
How much bin luck do I get? It says.
I do not know because I have not played Wild Magic.
Sorry, it just says like under actions. Oh, it's a reaction, so we're not in combat.
You can still do Bend Luck as a reaction.
Okay, so roll a d4, Jesse, and add it to your 14.
I'll do that. Any minute.
I do it
Bend Luck.
begrudgingly, but I grant you, it's a reaction.
Oh, and you spend sorcery points. That's the limitation.
Oh, okay, I'll take off.
It's 2 sorcery points for it.
Oh shoot, that's right there in it. Sorry. Okay, I spend those. Yeah.
Yeah, I was curious. I'm like, you can't just do that for every check. There's some kind of limit on it.
So I rolled a d4 and it gave me 2, so that made my lowest roll a 16.
Yeah. She will.
I'm just trying to diffuse things.
Yeah, no,
a little
I
bit.
get you. I get you. Don't. Let me figure out a thing really quick.
I've used up 4 of my 6 sorcery
This is
points.
a lovely forest you
damn
have here,
God.
by the way. Like, we were just talking about it before we showed up. It's amazing. We love it.
She is going to say, well, I suppose I'm so honored to be in the presence of such esteemed guests, but such a wild card meddling in the affairs of giants is going to be at nothing more amusing. And so she like reaches her neck up. She has like a necklace of like a gold chain necklace like around her neck, and on the end of it is a large like crystal ball, which she like grabs and it clicks off. And she leans down this like massive dragon snout in front of you all. There's a location lost to giants, but known to me, because I seem to care more about these things than them, I suppose, known as the Eye of the All-Father. It is an ancient temple, known to grant those who visited visions. They gain portents from their gods. And it's here that I believe you can find the information that will help you quell this giant threat. And the orb glows as she says this. And you are you like staring into this orb, if you all stare into it. the view from it like lifts out from the Crypt Garden Forest and flies just over the Sword Coast into the spine of the world. This the large mountain range that is just essentially right the border between like the Sword Coast and the North Pole, functionally. And you watch this your vision travel up through the spine of the world down into like these old like crags and valleys that don't seem like they've been traveled in hundreds of years, and you end up seeing the entrance to what looks like some kind of ancient temple just carved into the side of the mountain, clearly giant-sized. It says, there you will find your answers. You also, though, will notice... Let me see something really quick. I also will need you guys to do a thing for me.
I'll do a thing.
As she's speaking, though, green fog, like, bellows out from her mouth as she is speaking. You don't notice it right away because you're all looking directly into this orb. I'm going to need you all to make Constitution saving throws.
I'm ready to kill this dragon.
Wait. How do I do that? Do I click on Constitution?
There should be a section for saving throws, specifically. It should be directly above your skills.
23. It should be to the left of your skills. It's the top right bar underneath. The top right box.
Top left box.
Top left box, Jesus.
Where it shows Constitution?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Holy shit, 19.
19?
I'm never using real dice ever again. I've been rolling ballers to this computer.
But
Oh,
you
shit,
don't
that's a
have anything to
16.
compare it to.
I roll them over here after I do that.
Let me... Okay. You inhale...
23.
20. So 23. Did anybody get lower than an 18?
I did. I got a 15.
Okay. This is gonna hurt.
Is it too late?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Ooh, I
7,
have-
8, 9.
I have the thing I picked up on the last level up was luck.
You can do that.
I'm gonna re-roll with
5
luck.
of 16 is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Where
6,
do you see
7,
luck?
8.
You don't have it.
Okay.
Mugnix is a halfling, right?
Yeah.
You should have luck also.
Oh, you do have luck then. Shut up. Me.
I think
I know
halfling
you-
luck is one of the things that you get.
A feat
Yeah.
or a.
No, I think I think halflings naturally get it.
Is that our
It's under features and trait. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you're a
Yeah.
gnome, or are you a gnome?
Lucky.
Oh, lucky. Yeah.
So that's just a trait. That doesn't show up anywhere. You just have to know it.
You just have to know. Yeah. So you get. I think you get to do it once a day.
When you roll a 1 on the d20 for an attack.
Oh,
roll-
yours is specifically if you get a natural one.
Okay.
So what'd you reroll, Archimedes?
Still a 15.
Still a 15. Cool. So that is let me do okay, that's a lot of ones for you. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's fine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 15, 21, and then we'll so and then we'll roll again. 21, so it's 2, 4, 10, 26. 21 plus 26 is numbers.
47.
Huh?
47.
47.
47.
So, because Archimedes failed, you're going to be taking 47 poison damage. You guys will be, Mugnik and Baudelaire will be taking half, so 23 poison
Holy
damage.
shit.
What kind of damage is it?
Poison.
What if I have defenses of poison because I'm a halfling?
What is giving you poison resistance as a halfling?
I don't know. It says defenses poison.
Let me pull up your sheet.
Also,
I don't
is
think
it-
you can be. It might be defenses against the poison condition. Let me see.
It probably is. I don't know anything about this thing.
You said 23 points?
Yep, that's half because you succeeded.
Are you up, Archimedes?
I am still up. Is it
Wow.
is it too late to drink my potion of poison resistance that we got from?
You should have done that before you encountered her.
I wonder why he gave it to us.
Yep, there's a reason he gave that to you.
Yeah, I don't know why it shows that.
Let me see, Mugnick. There we go.
Did I get that too?
All of you
Yeah,
got a
I've got
potion
the
of poison
potion.
resistance.
Oh, I missed that. I'm gonna add that.
Oh
no. Okay.
Where are you seeing this?
It just says defenses are poison resistance.
Oh, you have advantage against being against poison. Wait, so you can roll again. Oh, you already succeeded though, so you're fine.
Yeah, I got 19.
You have advantage against effects that would be well, actually, let me see. You're not being. I want to say that that's caring about the poison condition, and not poison damage. But either way, just giving you advantage, you already succeeded the roll, so you took half. You still are taking damage regardless.
Okay, you said 23?
Yeah, because it was 47, so half of that 23.
That leaves me with 10 hit points.
And then she just kind of smirks and like pulls the orb back, clips it back onto her neck, and she's like, well, good luck, brave adventurers. Let's hope your skills are let's hope your skills are better than your common sense. And she will like flap her wings and she flies away.
I want to fireball her, but I won't.
Well, shit,
So-
that sucked.
Was that mist? Do we think that mist was from her or?
It was 100% from her. She was breathing out poison. She, like, as she was doing that, she just wanted to, yeah.
All right.
That was our parting gift.
Yeah. If y'all died, if you guys died, then she gets, clearly you weren't up for the task anyway, and she gets free food. So, like, but
Did you all survive? Did you all survive that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
That's
9.
weird. I've also got advantage against poison for saving throws.
that's what I was looking at, but that's what I said, like, I don't know if that means against poison damage or against the poison condition. I'll have to look into it later.
Yeah, when I hover over the other one, it says stout halfling over the resistance. So I just don't want to fuck anything up.
Let me double check then. It should be, let me see, features and traits, sneak attack, thieves can't, cunning action. Stout resistance. You have advantage on saving throws against poison. You have resistance against poison damage. You're right. 100%. So you actually would take half that also. It would be halved again
Okay.
for you.
So 23, half of that would be
11.
11.
So you only took 11. You're actually fine.
all right.
Yeah. Even if you have advantage though,
Yeah,
like,
12 back.
yeah, you already succeeded, so the advantage doesn't matter too much here. But yeah, good to remember in the future if you do want to try and come back and kill her.
I do.
I
So
just
you
wanna-
should be at 22.
I really just need to learn how the game works, so I get real
Yeah.
confused.
You should be at 22 hit points, not 33.
Okay.
And yeah, you're right. Defenses resistance poison. Yeah, cool.
Did any of us perhaps recognize that location from our past experiences? And
I'm gonna go ahead and say no. 100% no. None of you would have known this place. Like no
Do we have
roll
a
would.
guy-
Huh?
Do we know how to get there? Like,
You do. So when she showed you in her crystal ball, like you literally saw, and it's kind of stuck in your head, the image. Image you saw, so like you can recall the vision that you got of like it flying over the mountains and knowing your way. So you'll know where it is.
As she flies away, can I yell out, "Hey, how about a ride?"
There is no response.
Okay.
He points at us again.
I don't care for you as a person.
Baudelaire, you gotta chill. You're really upset about this dragon.
I had her
I'm
do
gonna
the
burn it
adult dragon poison breath, not the ancient dragon poison breath, too. Just saying.
I was mad at her before that.
She let you.
Okay. So, can you show us kind of like where she's saying, and then also where that is in relation
currently,
to Shadow
you
Top?
are here in the Sword Mountains. Spine of the World's here. I don't know specifically where. I have the Allfather. I'd like to see.
Like, I feel only two of us will get this real Emily Axford about old Gnawbone. Like, she is my mortal enemy now.
You couldn't have picked a worse one.
That's exactly worse. That's why she got to go down.
It doesn't actually tell me specifically where it is in the Spine of the World, just that it's in the Spine of the World. So, I'm going to... Let's go ahead and say it's where it says of on Spine of the World.
Good to know.
So...
Where is Shadow Top?
The Shadowtop Cathedral is in the High Forest, I believe. So it's like it's over this area.
Okay. I kind of
there again. Wait.
Shadow Top.
Shadowtop
Yeah,
Cathedral, I believe, is in the High Forest. I need to double check.
Lifferlas, so we had two kind of like errands in Waterdeep, which is why I went there. But Lifferlas also mentioned a druid, Airglass, who brought Lifferlas the tree to life. And he said that Airglass fought giants. So I wonder. So, okay, I'm sorry. The ancient thing that old Gnawbone sent us to is, can you say what that is again?
The Eye of the Allfather. It is a giant temple dedicated to their gods where people can go and get visions and portents and stuff. And she knows for a fact that you will get answers that you need to solve the giant problem there.
Eye of the what, sir?
The Eye of the Allfather. Which, I believe, your Nimbolo and his wife, I think they mentioned it when you were up there. Autumn the Allfather is one of their gods.
Okay. So I'm thinking if we go see Airglass, since he has experience fighting dragons, maybe he will know something about the Eye of the Allfather, and or maybe we can convince him to go with us because he's clearly had relations with giants, so maybe he can give us insights when we're there. If we can convince him to go.
Do we need to take a rest so you guys can
Yeah,
heal up?
do we have time to try to get further away from this area first?
So you're not directly in her backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say it's like Twilight at this point. So if you
Yeah.
wanted to try and make your way out of the forest, you probably can, or at least get further away from where you encountered her.
I think that's a good idea.
Let's do that. ASAP.
I feel like I liked her more than everybody else. I don't know why. I really.
She
wanted
had a
to take-
little bit of bad breath, but I mean, like.
I mean, I'm kind of immune to it. I really wanted to check out that jewel she had on. I think that's something I
I
want.
was so tempted, even though I don't have a good sleight of hand, but to try to take the puka shell necklace back.
Oh yeah, because she's still.
So tempted.
I'll go ahead and say that you guys can make your. Actually, so you guys are trying to make your way back out of the forest.
Actually.
Yeah, and I think, would you all agree that it's that we should head towards the Shadow Top as kind of a circuitous route, So maybe in that direction.
Mhm.
Because that would be going like east, and we need to kind of go.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing A and B of the triangle.
Can somebody roll me a D100?
Who's gonna do it? I'll do a real one. So, ooh, 86. Yeah, I mean, I almost feel like Archimedes is now has to be our D100er with those.
How do you do the D100?
On
The
here,
bottom-
you
On the
Yeah,
bottom
I
left.
figured it out on there. How do you do it
Yeah.
with the real dice?
Oh yeah, yeah.
you take the one that's like 0, 0, 10, 20, and then you take a D10.
Is that another one that's kind of
It looks similar,
okay?
and then you roll both of those.
Yeah, okay, got it. So his is better. Mine was a 77. There's no pluses to that.
Should we all roll it, or because I will?
No, I
see if
just
can-
needed one. Give me one
Okay.
second.
He's picking off a list of random things.
Yep.
Probably.
100%.
Breaking that
Um,
fourth wall down. I just
Do
imagine he's
are you
scribing
guys
lore.
are you guys being like stealthy as you're exiting, or are you just?
I'm gonna say yes in this instance.
Yeah, just because randomly
Oh.
like, oh yes. Your DM always asks you, "Are you being stealthy?" The answer is always yes.
Especially Archimedes, he's hurting.
Anybody want to roll stealth for me? You hear noise as you're moving through the forest. I'll tell you that.
I have a +2. If anybody
I have
has
plus
a-
3. Archimedes has
Plus-
got.
I have
All
plus
of
6.
you would have to roll stealth. The
Okay.
idea is that you want more successes than failures.
Ooh,
19.
Critical failure.
A critical one, nat one.
dirty 20.
Okay, let me. I should have kept that map up.
I'm still hurting from the poison, so perhaps I'm not as.
Yeah.
We should have bought some potions from that goddamn guy in the town.
Should have taken, like, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't remember the potions that we got from the guy and think about it.
Mhm.
Because when she came up, I was like, hey, I'm thinking, like, do we know if chromatic dragons breathe fire or ice or whatever?
Yeah, there was a reason he gave you the. I think maybe I probably didn't explain it well enough, but yeah.
I think I just forgot. I didn't
Green
even-
dragons breathe poison.
Good to know.
So you guys, can you roll a D4 for me?
All of us?
Just one person.
I can do it if.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
I just rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1? Okay.
as we're walking before whatever happens, do we have 10 minutes before whatever this means?
I will say yes. It's a bit. You're not out of the woods, but you get out of what you imagine is directly like her territory. Like, you've been told the entire Crypt Garden Forest is her territory, but you're far enough away from where you just had that encounter, like, and she was flying in the opposite direction that you're a comfortable distance away.
So this whole time, since we left her, I've been just saying, like, you know what, everybody, like, it doesn't take a lot to just be, like, kind to other people, and hospitality is super important. So you know what we learned from this interaction is that, you know, there's hurt people, and I think that applies to dragons too. And you know what? Like, it's our responsibility to rise above that, okay? And we all get 9 temporary hit points.
Yeah. Good speech.
It's a very Michelle Obama kind of vibe.
Oh no.
You notice, you hear movement, and you see orcs going through the forest. It seems to be some kind of hunting party. And as you look at one, it looks back and sees you. The moment you're like, we should probably duck and hide, Archimedes,
Archimedes kicks
just steps
Coke
on
can over.
steps on a very large stick and it just cracks.
He drops his bag of glass that he was carrying.
Do you think we have time for combat, Drew?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. So let me.
I have, including temp hit points, 18.
All right, I'm gonna grab another beer real quick.
Go for it. I need to move you guys into the actual folder that has your characters in it, so I don't need to.
I'll also get a refill. I'll be right back.
No worries. Okay. Yeah, let's do it like this. And I should pull up a stat block. Okay. All right.
All right, sorry.
No
So
worries.
have there been campaigns where like everybody gets poisoned by the green dragon and then they fight these orcs and everybody just gets killed and it's like, all right, that's it.
This part's I mean, theoretically, your campaign can
It
end.
happens.
We had a campaign. We had a campaign where one of our characters constantly brought dynamite around everywhere with them. It wasn't in D&D, it was a different system. And they'd taken a feature where like they're better at throwing dynamite, but if they get they took some kind of feature where it's like if they get a natural 1, something unlucky happens. And so like he tries to chuck dynamite at somebody, he gets a natural 1, the dynamite bounces back to us. And the DM intended just to blow up, to give him like the damage from 1 dynamite explosion. But we're all like, wait, he has an entire bag full of dynamite, and we're all right next to him. And the DM's like, we can just do the 1 thing of damage. And we're all like, no, he has dynamite. We're calculating how much damage we're taking, and we're like, it was enough to kill us all like 10 times over. And there's like a crater in the ground, and we're like, so we're all dead? That was the end of the campaign? And we're all like, do we want to just continue and pretend that didn't happen? We're like, sure. We just want to know that we're like, we just want to know that like in character, there's a timeline where we all died right there. What was that?
No, I was practicing rolling the dice and the D4 was confusing me.
It's the one on top.
It's whatever number is upright. So some of them put it on the tip, and some of them put it along the flat part. But it's whatever number is upright.
Because it's the same all the way around. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
So, oh, you have a.
Oh wow,
Nice.
weird.
Funky dice. Die.
Would you all like to roll initiative for me?
Okay.
Oh my god, a natural 1? What the fuck? 4.
Where the fuck is initiative? Oh, I see it.
Give me 1 moment.
21.
What is going on here?
You need to update your D&D Beyond.
Restart.
Where can I just?
This is going to be so helpful to me because I do not understand this aspect in Baldur's Gate at all with my rogue.
Of initiative?
More with advantage and disadvantage, and my what do they call them? Not sleight of hand. My stealth arrow and stealth attacks. What are they called? Sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Sneak attack.
Attack, yeah.
Sneak attack. Yeah.
You
Um,
either have to have advantage or they need to be within 5 feet of your ally.
Well, how
and
do
you
you
get
get
advantage as the rogue by hiding most of the time.
Okay, and that's what I'll do is I'll hide, but still I won't get it sometimes.
But you do a check for hiding, so it'll tell you if it's successful or not. And you can also get disadvantage from being like below them, or if there's something in the way. So then
That's what
just
it is.
A flat roll, yeah.
um,
So rogues are about positioning, 100%.
so what everybody, did anybody get above a 15?
Finally, your sex tape. You might get what?
Sorry, what?
Above 15 with their initiative.
I got 21.
21, nice. And then, 10 to 15?
4.
What'd you get, Wade?
4.
Dang, okay.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it too.
Mugnik, you're going first.
Okay.
They immediately don't seem to be, they immediately seem hostile. Like, their weapons are being drawn and stuff, but you got the initiative here.
Alright, so again, this is going to be painful for you guys, and I apologize. So, as a rogue, do I want to try to position myself and then hide, or hide and then position myself, or just hide?
I think you position yourself and then hide.
Okay. So, I'm going to... And do we have, like, action points and bonus points? Or is it just...
You get an action and a bonus action and a movement.
Okay.
And then once
so-
per round you get a reaction, if you have anything that cares about those.
Okay.
Is the water difficult terrain, I'm imagining?
I will say the water is difficult terrain, yes.
Alright, so I would like to, like, scurry to a, underbrush or somewhere that I can kind of hide a little.
5, 10, 15, 20. How much do you have a move?
25.
25? Yeah. So you
Okay.
can head on in here, and then if you want to do action hide, you can go ahead and do that.
Okay, I'll do that. What do I click?
You make a stealth check.
Okay.
You may have a bonus action to hide also.
Oh yeah, I think it'd be bonus action hide, isn't it? Yeah.
Bonus action. Okay. It's a bonus action. You can make an insight check against a creature. Oh, never mind.
It should be listed under your, like, that main thing. If you scroll down on your actions tab all the way. So you have, yeah, cunning action. You can take a bonus action on each of your turns to take the dash, disengage, or hide action.
So yeah, you
Alright.
can bonus action hide. So just make that stealth check for me.
I did, and it was 4. It was terrible.
All right, you are not hidden.
Okay.
You can try and hide again with your action, if you want it, but that would be your turn.
Okay. Other than that, I can just take
An attack, but it wouldn't be sneak attack.
no.
Also, I'll go ahead and say actually you're here because I think the brush would be difficult terrain.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll take a piercing attack at the green one.
Okay. As in like
short
a bow? Yeah, go for it.
7.
7 to
Wait
hit.
a minute. That can't be right.
Yeah? Oh, you rolled damage. You didn't roll
rolled
the
a hit.
attack.
Sorry.
15 to hit.
And then 7 for damage.
Yes, we'll just take them both. So that's 7 points on this guy.
Okay, so the 15 is whether or not I hit, and the 7 is how much.
Is how much damage? Yes.
Okay.
That would be your turn unless you have other plans.
Any other plans would be under reaction or bonus?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're all out of action, so that would be your turn unless there's some kind of
Okay.
shenanigans. All right, the orcs are gonna go. Does a 10 hit you?
I have an armor class of 14.
So that does not hit.
Okay.
This fella's gonna throw a javelin at you, and then he's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's gonna run right up to you. He probably didn't need to throw the javelin. I probably could have done that before. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's gonna go over here. This fella is going to... does a 16 hit you, Baudelaire? Baudelaire?
Yeah, sorry, I was just thinking whether I wanted to spend my last 2 sorcery points, but it's only a D4 and I have a 12, so yeah, it hits. I'm just gonna go with it.
Okay. That is going to be 8 slashing damage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's gonna go over here. Does a 9 hit you, Archimedes? I'm assuming not.
Does not.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They all have javelins. So, and range 30 feet. So, these two are going to go for, no, these two are going to go for Baudelaire, and this one's going to go for Archimedes. Does a, 23, a 23 probably hits you, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
No, Archimedes, I mean. By you, I mean Archimedes. Huh?
That does hit, yes.
That is going to be 5 piercing damage as a javelin jabs into you. And then for Baudelaire, we are looking at 10 on each.
Okay.
So the javelins
right.
miss and sink directly into the ground. Baudelaire and Archimedes have the same turn. What are you doing?
You can go first, Archimedes, if you want.
Give me a second. I'm gonna hold this out because I have a feeling that you're going to be flying or whatever.
I need a moment.
No worries.
Okay, I can go ahead and go then. So I am just going to... At this point, I have 10 hit points, including 1 temporary. So... Ooh, actually... How many of them are there? Let's see, 1, 2, that's still not great. So I'm gonna cast, I'm gonna cast Blink.
Alright, so that's 50% chance you phase out between your turns?
Yeah. And that'll pretty much be my turn, so I'll go ahead and roll for Blink.
Okay.
That's a 3.
3, so you still exist?
Yeah, still there. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Archimedes, what are you up to?
Shite.
Should have drank that potion. God.
Yeah. I was like, what could they do to prepare for it? Oh yeah, drink the potions that they were given.
Completely forgot about that potion.
Andrew did mention it at the start of the session when he was doing the recap.
I learned a valuable lesson today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm the weakest one, right? Or no, I guess we're all kind of...
I have 32 total hit points.
Yeah, the casters are always... Now, how much do you got, Mugnick? 33?
I only have 22 now, but I have 33 total.
Yeah, I have 10 now, so...
Yeah. She totally could have killed you guys if you hadn't... If all of you had failed.
Wow.
I think Archimedes was only up... how much do you have right now, Drew?
I currently have 11 plus 4.
Okay. So maybe Archimedes would have been up.
Oh, I do have some plus from Wade, right?
Yeah, but you guys got that after you left. How much temp hit
Yeah,
points
did you
get
add
him?
9 temporary hit points?
No.
Yeah.
So to the right of your health, there's a temp place, so you can type in
Okay. Okay.
So as my bonus action, I'm gonna use second wind to regain 1d10 plus 6 hit points.
Okay.
Let me roll that real quick. That's gonna be 8 total of health.
Okay.
I'm gonna heal right now, and I'm gonna use my rapier to stab the dude in front of me.
Go for it.
I rolled a 17
That will hit.
with a damage of 8 total.
Okay, he will take 8.
How's he looking?
Admittedly, like, not that great.
Okay.
I get
Oh, and
to
I hit
attack
mine for
twice.
7, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you get 2 attacks.
I get 2 attacks, so I'm gonna do that again.
I should have done burning hands. Ugh.
That's gonna be 15
15 to hit will hit.
with a damage of 8.
He falls over into the river.
Oh, thank Jesus.
Okay. All right.
With my movement, I'd like to go up 30. I'd like to go up 15 feet.
Okay.
Oh, that's exactly the number of blocks. Wow.
I didn't know he...
Shining.
Alright, cool. So you're up 15 feet. I wonder, can I just... There we go. Let me actually... Hey, okay. So... Wait. Yeah, color tint. Let's make it blue. And make it slightly more visible. I guess. Or not. Ah, whatever. Who cares? But that's both of your guys' turns. That'd be Mugnik at top of the round.
Okay.
So.
All right. So I know with sneak attacks, if I've got teammates that are nearby people, I get them. But if Archimedes is up in the sky, that's not going to count, right?
You would get a sneak attack on the red one if you wanted to
But
hit
not
the red
green
one. Not the green one. Archimedes is in the sky, and he also isn't directly next to you anyway.
Okay.
Like, even if he was on the
Alright.
ground.
So how would I do a sneak attack with my bow against the red one? That's
You hit the
facing?
red one.
Alright.
It is a sneak attack because you have an ally that is in combat with it. So as long as it
Okay.
hits, you got a sneak attack.
All right. So I do hit and then damage, right?
Yes.
Oh wait, for sneak attack, do I do something different?
It would be you would add your sneak attack damage roll also if you hit. But first roll to see if you hit. That'll
22.
hit. So you hit damage and then you also roll your sneak attack damage.
I'm really sorry. Where is that?
It should be under your features and traits, I believe.
Yeah. So roll the damage, which is right next to where you roll the hit. If you've already hit, have you
All
hit?
right. So 8.
So 8 damage from just the short bow. And then I think you scroll all the way down on your attack, and then there is 3d6 for sneak attack.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Oh shoot!
Yeah. So 8 plus 16.
Yeah.
24.
Boop. He's gone.
Okay.
Oh, I needed that.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So now I want to get away. So I know.
You can take a bonus action to disengage so he doesn't get an opportunity attack.
Okay.
Because
I'll
that's
disengage.
that's a thing rogues can do. Where are you going? The bushes are
coming
difficult terrain.
Pardon me. What?
The bushes are difficult terrain, so they take double movement.
Okay. And I've only got one more action, or is that my last action?
No, you took your action already.
I'm sorry, my bonus action.
Yeah, your bonus action is what you're doing to disengage. So your action was attack, your bonus action is disengage, and then you're moving. So whereabouts do you want to go?
I guess I'll try to move kind of as close to being near Baudelaire as possible.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25?
Okay.
It will be harder to hide there, though. I mean, I appreciate
can't hide this turn anyway because he's disengaging.
I
Yeah.
mean, but on the next turn, he'd have to move into.
Yeah, bonus action to do it though. I don't think it's the worst move.
Yeah.
Orcs. This fella, 5, 10, 15, 20. He's heading on over here.
So, why is it sometimes when people move close to me in Baldur's Gate, they'll automatically attack when the guys get near me?
He's about to.
No, like my guy would just attack when somebody gets near.
There's some feats that let you do that,
Okay.
where it's the opposite of an opportunity attack, essentially. Yeah, Sentinel.
Yeah.
Does a 16 hit you?
Yes.
All right.
What's your armor class?
14.
Ooh, max damage. That is going to be 15 damage as he comes at you with the great axe.
I'm gonna. Okay, is it too late to bend luck for him?
Go for it.
Yeah. So bend luck. So roll a d4.
Okay.
Neat.
That is -1, so that's going to be a 15.
Okay.
So yeah, that is going to be 15 slashing damage. He gets a very
Okay.
good hit on you.
9 is gone from temp, and then 6 from my regular.
Yeah, if you just punch in the damage, it should automatically calculate it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What did you say? 15?
15. 5, 10, 15, 20. This guy is going to attack. That is going to be a 18 to hit, Baudelaire.
15 hit.
Ooh,
I should have
shit.
told you to uncanny dodge, Jesse's, by the way. Sorry.
That's
Anyway,
15 damage also. He also rolled max damage.
I'm down.
Oops. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. These two are going to throw javelins at Archimedes. That is a 7. That misses. And that is going to be a 22 to hit.
That is.
And then the javelin is d6. That is going to be 8 damage to Archimedes.
So, uncanny dodge, would I have had to roll for that? Or
No.
would it automatically happen?
No, it
You
automatically.
just have to say it as a reaction. You only get one per round.
Okay.
But
One
if
per
an
round.
attack lands on you, say uncanny dodge, and you'll take
So-
half damage.
Okay, and that's just per round, not per...
Yeah.
Per round, yeah, because it takes your
Oh.
reaction.
That's awesome.
You have to toggle that on your rogue and Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I've got it on there, yeah.
And then he already attacked. So that's all of the orcs. Baudelaire and Archimedes. Well, Baudelaire is dead, so you need to make a death save for me.
Oh.
So just
right. Which
roll me a
die do I
d20.
wanna use? I'm gonna use my glow in the dark. That's a 10? Is that a success?
10 is a success.
Awesome.
So 1 success. Archimedes.
Okay. I'm gonna summon my Jinn
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
and have my Jinn be
Okay, I forget. I think we already tried this. I can't make him translucent. I can't make him translucent. That's annoying. Or actually, can I? If I do custom.
Material, maybe.
Uh,
Never mind.
figurine, material, glass. And if I do that, can I? No. Color tint. Then can I change the opacity? Nope. The answer is no. Okay. Who cares? This is. That's him. Okay.
my
So where are you summoning him?
over here.
Oh, here? Gotcha. Still in the air or on the ground?
On the ground. On the ground.
that tower. Okay. That was your bonus action.
So from my position, I'm going to take it. I'm going to use my sharpshooter feat to attack the green orc.
Okay.
But that's going to be the -5 + 10 situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to roll now. Which is a 13.
13 to hit will hit.
Thank you. Then to hit is going to be 11 + 10 is 21.
21. So 21 damage on him. He's gone.
Oh.
Perfect. I'm going to use my second attack on the yellow one.
Yep.
Sharpshooter again. That's going to be a 14 to hit.
14 will hit.
With
Why
a
does that show me a
damage.
19 on my screen?
I have to manually subtract 5. So that's going to be 7 + 10 is 17.
He's gone.
Wonderful. Okay. So I'm going to use my action surge to take an additional action on my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I'm going to use the sharpshooter again to attack the purple guy.
Go for it.
Thank God for me. Jesus.
I was gonna say, how does he get so many?
I always worry. Sometimes I like, because you guys are a party of 3, so I have to scale some of these encounters back, and because I'm like, oh, I hope this isn't too tough for them on a party of 3, and then I'm like, wait a minute, Andrew's playing. We're fine. He's like 3 players.
If I had used burning goddamn hands, well, they were in a river. They were in a river.
They would have still taken fire damage.
Yeah.
So I rolled, but I'm going to use lucky to re-roll.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
Lucky is just you get to choose any roll. It's not natural ones.
It is. I have 3 luck points whenever I make an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, or when an attack roll is made against me. I could spend 1 roll to roll an additional. I could spend 1 to roll an additional d20 and use the die. And
Okay.
choose the die I want to use.
Sounds good.
You just all go with it.
I succeeded at saving roll.
So it's going to be 13 to hit
13 will hit on purple.
with a damage of 17.
He is gone.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I got any other things.
So is this the class that Andrew's playing that makes him have so many roll? Okay.
Fighters get
Yeah,
to attack a whole lot.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the advantage of being the rogue? It's
It's
easy.
more in role play. rogues
Okay.
and stuff. No, but really, like your persuasion and stuff is higher than all of ours.
Oh yeah.
This is my only time to shine, for the record. Is this?
Yeah,
No,
rogues are
it's
dexterous,
awesome.
like, and you can do crazy stuff later. Like, it depends.
Yeah, it's no joke. In Baldur's Gate, my main character, the guy that I control, the rogue, he fucking rips people apart. It's crazy.
Which I think we were talking. Also, you had
killed one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have your
Eyes,
eye
more
for
than I
deceit.
did.
Yeah, you have your eye for deceit, eye for detail, and oh, you have your insightful fighting. Bonus action, you make an insight check on a creature, and if you succeed, you can use sneak attack. Yeah, that's the other thing. You can make an insight on a creature. If you succeed, you can use sneak attack on it, even if you don't have advantage or an ally's
Oh,
nearby.
cool.
I forgot about
Okay.
that. I was like, what's your subclass do? Because you haven't been using any subclass stuff. But yeah, you have the Sherlock Holmes thing. You can look at him and be like, he's clearly weak in the
Right,
leg.
right,
I kick
right.
him in the leg. Like, yeah.
All right, so I have this thing called Unleash Incarnation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which you can attack with the other you.
That just sounds upsetting.
So I get, whenever I use my attack action, I can make 1 additional melee attack from my Echo's position. Can I move
Yeah.
my Echo? My Echo can move 30 feet.
And
You move-
it does not take an action to move the echo, right?
It does not.
So, and the fun thing is because the echo's not technically like real. It ignores difficult terrain. It is just you move it. No, so fighters in general are busted. Echo Knights are really busted. I played one. My DM at home, we did like a one-off session, and I played it, and she's like, I don't want to DM with this class anymore. And I'm like, that's fine. I understand.
In Strixhaven, we took your Echo Knight down.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I'm
But
gonna. go
it's
ahead and
more
use
so
my-
I was like constantly being like, if I want to like, there's no limit on how many times you can summon your Echo, and there's no limit on how many times you can swap spaces with it. So I was trying to do a whole bunch of bullshit, and she kept having to like consult the rules on like. There's a lot that is left up to DM interpretation on what the limits are, and she just doesn't like that. She doesn't like having to arbitrate that every single time a corner case comes up. So I'm like, I get it.
So my roll was an 8 to hit, so I missed.
An 8 hit, yeah, that misses.
Let me see if I have anything else. Hold on. Sorry, hang in there.
You have 7 more attacks.
I called up 19 more gems.
On to your next attack. On to your next turn.
I'm done.
You're done? Cool.
No wonder you have to prep for that. I cast Blink and then died. However,
Mugnik.
Okay. So
you don't have
feels
to.
like my short bow can do just as much damage as my short sword. So why would I ever go in close if I don't have any kind of magical?
If
stuff?
you're close, you would use your short sword because otherwise you get disadvantage if you use a ranged
Okay.
weapon.
Yes.
Good point.
Does the Echo count as an ally for his sneak
No.
attack?
Because the Echo is technically not a person that can't trigger advantage or whatever.
And
It's
if I attempt to
there's a
hide,
bunch of weird rules nonsense with the Echo.
Yeah. If I attempt to hide, I'm gonna use my bullshit stealth thing, right?
You can yeah, but you could also do insightful fighting.
And that's the same thing. It counts as a bonus action.
Bonus action, you make an insight check on the creature, and it tries to use deception. If you succeed,
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
yeah, if you succeed, you get sneak attack automatically.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna do an insight check.
yes, insight on it.
15.
Ooh.
Okay.
I have +8 insight.
Okay.
And deception.
Do that every
is
time.
Charisma.
Yeah.
Cool. It rolled
Although
a
you don't get
14, so you
advantage.
just passed it. So yeah.
Wow, nice. All right, so, now I do
So you're good. You get the sneak attack damage on it if you hit.
17.
17 hits.
Ooh,
Does he have advantage by chance or no?
No.
So
that's
9
that's
for
the reason
damage,
to hide if you can. Just get the advantage roll.
9 for damage and 9 for sneak attack damage. So 18.
You take him out.
Bye.
He's down.
Seems so crazy. That seems like so much damage.
Do any of you guys have health potions or anything on you? If you'd like, you can try and do a medicine check on Baudelaire to see if you can
Did
stabilize
I do
it.
a death saving throw first? Since
I would
Baby-
say, yeah, you do a death saving throw.
I just want to roll a dice. That's a 10.
You succeed. Cool. If any of you guys want to try and stabilize him with a medicine check, you can. Otherwise, we'll just see if he stabilizes on his own.
I got a 3 medicine check.
Yeah, you're not helping.
I rolled a 5 medicine
Yeah.
check.
2 of my ribs are broken.
Do
I
another
dropped
death
9
save.
leeches on him. You'll be okay.
Did I roll another?
Death
throw
save,
then?
yeah.
That's a 3.
That's a failure. Do you guys want to try? So here's the other thing. If any of you critically fail a medicine check, that's 2 failures. Oh, that's an extra failure. So, if you want to try, you could try a medicine
What's
check.
y'all's medicine? Do you get any?
I have
Actually,
+2.
I actually don't know if you are technically allowed to stabilize someone unless you have a medicine kit. I'm not sure. Medicine check to stabilize.
Next time we get 2 healing potions.
Oh
Should've
no!
rolled
If you
that
have a healer's kit, you can stabilize without needing to make the check. So yeah, you guys can make a medicine check again if you want to try.
Go ahead. You have a better chance than I do, because if I roll that one, I'm good. Oof.
No, if you roll a nat 1, you're dead. Yeah.
16.
16. You stabilize him.
Oh, thank Christ.
So am I still at 0? How does this
You're
work
still at
now?
0 health. You just
But-
are no longer actively dying.
But if we take a long rest,
If you take a long rest, you can come back and you can roll your hit die and you'll come back to life.
carry me across the river and set up camp, please.
Can we,
We
can
don't
we
loot
carry him
any
out?
to see if they have health potions or anything, right?
Huh?
Oh yeah.
We don't
Um,
loot the bodies or anything.
Yes, so looting the bodies. Where did the...
They are a hunting pack, you would think, you know, they gotta be ready. for
Yeah,
the
you'd
work.
think if they were going out on an adventure, they'd bring health potions.
I know they're orcs and all. And
Magic
go and
item
meet-
table F in chapter 7 of the Dungeon Master's Guide. Give me a second.
if they go meet a poison dragon, they take their poison resistance.
I learned a lesson today.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that new Getty's print, Wade?
No,
Did you get his email?
No,
All right, I'll forward it to you. It's real fucking creepy.
Chapter 7 of the DMG.
It's got some stock vests, so I might check that out.
Chapter 6. Chapter 7.
You need that for
Um,
Halloween Horror Night.
Gemstones. Treasure hoard. Is this not...
They all have healing potions.
Yes, all of them, every single one has healing potions.
I got
Let
3
me
healing
see.
potions falling out of my pocket.
Somebody roll me a D100.
Archimedes?
I got it.
I
You've been
mean, we're
nailing
gonna,
those.
we're gonna take a long rest anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna take a long rest, I imagine.
4.
4.
Oh.
E104, so one of them was 0?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
So they have a what weapon do you use, Mugnik?
Just short bow and dagger.
I will go ahead and say you they don't seem to have much on them. Like they don't have any healing potions on them. But one of the there actually is a actually no, because it's what they had on them. I will go ahead and say that one of them has a an axe. Is it a great axe? So they all have great axes and javelins, but one of their axes actually seems like it's actually it looks a lot, it's not rusted, it looks like it actually has like filigree in it and stuff, and just looking at it you're like, oh, this is magic. You can just
Yeah.
tell that one of them has a magic axe. So if you want, you have a +1 magic great axe.
Awesome.
Can you use a great axe?
No.
I want to
but
say
I-
Archimedes probably can because he's a fighter.
What kind of weapon is it?
Great axe.
Oh, I need martial or finesse.
It's a martial. Let me pull up great axe.
Ooh, Nothing But a Good Time just came on by Poison. That's a good song.
I guess this is being a little annoying.
That's
You're
Hard
like
Rock
A
Cafe.
lobby. Like, music's always playing no matter what.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Ugh.
Let me see. Inventory. Add items.
Is it the properties heavy and two-handed?
Great axe +1. Slashing heavy two-handed. Yes.
I cannot use either. Or I should say I don't
We're gonna sell that.
Yeah, you could probably sell it. Or maybe like see if you could trade it for a weapon that you guys do have. But I'd say you'd want to go to town and see if you can get that swapped out. But
So
you have a +1
One of
great
us add
axe.
it to our inventory.
Yeah, one of you guys can add +1 great axe to your inventory.
I'm the smallest.
Go ahead and
one.
add both my weapons have
We can
magical-
throw it in the hole, so, you know.
Yeah.
So just a great axe.
Yes. You type in great axe and there should be great axe +1. Like a +1 weapon is just enchanted to be. It hits more. It hits more and hits harder. It's a +1 to attack rolls and a +1 to the damage.
If it's enchanted, does
Oh,
that
I
make
got
it
it.
a magic weapon or no?
It's a magic weapon.
Oh right. Oh right, you said that.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Which-
we run across any ghosts.
Yeah, no, that's the yeah. If you run into ghosts, you have to hit it with that axe or magic.
It doesn't look like it updated my weight carried, but
Well,
I
we're
don't.
putting it in the hole anyway, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna toss it in the portable hole.
okay. Don't make it hit the peach. Just... Can Wade eat some, or can Baudelaire eat some peach to see if that makes him feel a little better?
That'll be part of your long rest. Is you can
Okay.
eat peaches. But I'll go ahead and
give
say
up on this being a magic.
Dude,
I'm gonna go ahead and say for the sake of simplicity, you guys can heal back up to full. Just because spoilers, I will have your next couple days of travel be relatively uneventful for the sake of.
So do we go ahead and do long rest?
Yeah, just click long rest, and then you guys can heal back to full. I'm not gonna need you guys to. If we were being a little bit grittier, I could be like, oh yeah, but you guys are about to. You guys are going to take more than like 2 days, and you're already at a level where I think you'll heal back to full regardless. So.
Okie dokie.
Woo, we survived, y'all. That was good.
Only because of you.
Also-
Wade tried to hide and got smacked down.
Today has been a day of indignation for Baudelaire. His character is morphing slightly.
Is he gonna cut off his dreadlocks?
He's
Get
oh
a
no,
little
he's
angry.
villain arc.
He went from Owen Wilson.
His voice is
Wilson.
going to change.
A rebel Wilson.
Okay. So, with that taken care of, you guys make your way out of the Crypt Garden Forest. And I think this would be a good spot to end it, depending on what it is you're planning on doing. I think you said that you're trying to head to the east to go and find the Shadowdrop Cathedral.
Yeah, to talk to Airglass or whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Airglass.
Yes. See if you can find an ally to help fight against giants.
This sounds
And who may
familiar,
have
by
knowledge.
the way. I feel like the Shadow Top is a location in one of the in that main like Dungeons and Dragons beginner set that I bought.
Ooh.
Like Shadow Top is one of those places.
Let me double check where it's supposed to be. Cause yeah, that'll let me know what I need to prepare for next time. And by prepare for next time, I mean read 5 minutes before I begin.
Very good. We're related.
Yep.
I love the thing about our family on my mom's side anyway. Is like we just don't have to hurry for anything. Like time blindness runs through that whole side. Like Leah, we show up when we show up. You know, deal with it.
Yep. Okay, yeah,
Ready?
it's somewhere in the High Forest. It's not listed specifically, but it's in the High Forest.
Well, yeah, we
I
definitely
want
don't
to go
to
through
that.
Unicorn Run.
Where's Unicorn Run?
Right,
Oh, right there.
below
Yeah.
Gonna get a Pegasus.
Oh, I know there's a magic card called Inferno of the Star Mounts.
I have a +4 to animal handling, so gonna get a unicorn.
Oh, yep. No, there is. I have never heard of this guy. But I was like, isn't the... Oh, yeah. Anyway, though.
Anyway,
I think that's a good place to end it for now. You guys figured out where you're supposed to be going. You got pissed off by a dragon.
Stupid, it didn't drink our potion.
Oh my god.
Baudelaire had a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
Baudelaire's gonna be a little
Remember
pissy.
when Jean Beret, you won't, Jesse, sorry, but when Jean Beret was pissed off at the water elemental and just wasn't gonna have it?
Mm-hmm.
It was very much that.
So this has happened before. with-
Yes.
This happened before.
Wade's just decided that this NPC is being difficult, and I don't like it.
Some parts of one's personality are shown throughout the performance in any role. Okay?
It happens in Dead by Daylight. He gets really mad at the people on our team and not the killer that's trying to kill us. He gets mad at the survivors.
Because they should know better.
Let me see if I can find somebody to raid. Yeah, thank you guys for playing. Let's
That was fun.
see. I'm happy you guys are enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm sorry too that it's all so new to me. But that's
No,
cool.
I mean, it's new for everyone at some point. So, this person's doing a Legend of Zelda campaign, so I will go ahead and raid them.
Wow.
I have a sending stone in my inventory. Should I have that?
Yes.
Yeah.
You got it as part of Z's inheritance.
Okay.
You and Archimedes can talk to each other through it. And I can
okay.
Yeah.
That I know and remember.
Yes, so we will raid the Summoners Network. Raid messages, you have found the missing persons. Thank you for hanging out. I might be live tomorrow, and then if not, I'm going to be going to Vegas until next Tuesday. So, yes.
Thanks.
But thanks for hanging out. I'll